Hey, what's up? I'm Scott LaRock, welcoming you to the 2020 Crop Over Souvenir. Joining me to bring you all the sights, sounds, fun, and festivities is Alison.
Thanks, Scott. The Nation Publishing has been publishing the Crop Over Souvenir for many years. With no festival this year, we're going to present to you the 2020 Crop Over Souvenir, the digital series.
We're going to be chatting with the likes of Alison, Hinds, RPB, Edwin, and so many more as they tell us what Crop Over means to them.
Conducting the interviews for this year's Crop Over Souvenir is the nation's very own Andrea King.
On this episode, we chat with the Calypsonian's Calypsonian, Gabby.
Dr. Anthony Gabby Carter won his first Calypso crown in 1968 and has won a total of 7 in Calypso and 2 in the Road March. It is interesting to note that he has won a crown in every decade from the 1960s up to now, either through the National Calypso Contest or the Road March. He has written hundreds of songs over the last 5 decades, and in more recent years has dedicated his time to teaching and mentoring young singers in folk and Calypso. As Barbados' most popular folk songwriter, he has penned the evergreen Emerton, Bridgetown, and Bajan Fisherman. When Gabby collaborated with internationally known Eddie Grant and his Ice Records in the 1980s, they pioneered a new sound in music, which Grant called Ring Bang. And like his fellow cultural ambassador Stedson Plastic Bag Wiltshire in his interview yesterday, Gabby credits the producers for innovating the music of the festival.
The structure and the content of the music has changed almost drastically, but I tend to differ from Stedson on this one because I'm yet to hear a song in this time that is as impactful as Raga Raga. I haven't heard it. On the other side, if it could get personal for a little bit, Dr. Cassandra changed a whole lot of things. So as agreeing with Stedson, it is the producers. So you get people like Nicholas Branca and Chris Allman and my own Eddie Grant. You know, it's like these are the catalysts. And Eddie has set a standard that is almost unbelievable. From the time he went with Mr. T and Jack and Boots and Cassandra and all the rest, he set a standard. And I think that if he was producing today, that again with his creativity, that he would bring something new and fresh and different to the market or to the arena. I believe that, as Stedson said, the content needs to be improved a bit, right? Not the energy, not the rhythm, not the kind of instrumentation that's being used today, more keyboard, bass, and drums, but that vocal, because people believe they dance into the rhythm and they dance into the guys' voices, you know. They dance into the voices because the voice, if that voice don't sit down direct and properly on that track, they can't dance to it, you know. So I would say that in time to come, once we improve the content, we can prepare ourselves for a much larger market. We already have the net that you could go up and put the thing and anybody in the world could see it, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about music that takes the artists to other countries.
Gabby spoke about changes he would make to the festival if he had the power. One critical change would be more support for the Calypso tents to ensure that the art form of Calypso does not die. And another change would be the inclusion of the popular game dominoes. Listen carefully as our beloved elder explains exactly what he means.
If I had to make any changes to the festival, and indeed that's a very important question, I would have to make sure, one, that the tents get the support that they deserve. Too often, a lot of tents have to fold up early not because the content isn't good. They're not getting the numbers that will cause them to keep their doors open longer. So I believe the sponsorship is crucial. to keep those doors open so that we can hear those social commentaries, just in case they say, okay, one song, and then as Stedson say, if a guy is going to pay an arranger to have a song done, and he knows he has to make a choice, he makes the choice. But this song dies, unless he had it recorded previously or something like that. It is hard, and I would like to see this support, the financial support, the sponsorship be there more for the tents, and to let government give the NCF more money, not less money, but more money. So don't cut the budget and say, hey, no, we do this and don't cut the budget, increase the budget, because it is the lifeblood of the country at this time of the year. So being that as it is, yes, this year is an exceptional year in that we wouldn't have it. But we can't look at it in that manner. We have to look at it, what has it done over the last 30 years for the country, for the economy, for the people? And the answer is it has done great. Over the years, we have seen the emphasis put on Calypso, which I was so happy to see. But there are other aspects of Crop Over. It is a festival and not a Calypso competition. So I would say that I would love to see more emphasis put on the folk music, on dance. Get some drama in there, right? Things that enhances the festival. Because once you do that, it becomes a real festival, not a carnival, right? It begs for us to put more emphasis on the folk music, on like the last delivery of the canes and stuff like that. Oh man, I could see that being almost theatrical, things like that, if you're talking about a change in a positive manner. I could see going back to the plantations and having shows here. I totally agree with Stedson on this about the donkey carts and any other aspect that we would have seen to have petered away. But my thing is an introduction. I've been asking for this for 30 years. Let's have a domino competition within Crop Over. I don't know many Barbadians that don't like to see dominoes played or don't actually participate. Whether you could play good or a novice like myself, the thing about it is that you love it. And I once envisaged, and still do, having a domino there, say at the Garrison, where you have at least 1,000 domino games being played at the same time. Can you imagine that? One little domino table with 4 people looks great. Can you imagine seeing 1,000 domino games playing at the same time? And at the same time, have Suki King with 200 or 300 players of draft. A special day for that. Road tennis. Yes, I didn't want to mention that because I'm a former champion. No, but road tennis tournament within Crop Over would be fantastic. That's correct. Stedson is right. Have a road tennis tournament within Crop Over. It helps to build the festival because it's all part of the festival. It's not just about the music and jumping up and things like that. It is a festival and not a carnival.
Just coming in at the end there, you would have seen Dr. RPB chiming in about road tennis. Tomorrow, you will get to see both of them speak on the topics of what Crop Over means to them, how they feel about the one song rule in the Calypso contest, and their winning formulas.
Keep watching the 2020 Crop Over Souvenir, the digital series, as we talk to some of the men and women who have made the festival what it is today.